Take a seat, Aubrey. In 4 hours from now, there's going to be a meeting with everybody involved. Is that a time you can make?
Could be. Unless I'm in prison.
I want to ask you something. You're assuming, most likely, that I've gone around and had a one-on-one conversation with everybody. That is not the case. I'm reaching out to you, specifically, because there's one thing that we both know. When you get set on a task, you do not fail. Yesterday was a failure. You had a simple objective. Clearly, the plan wasn't simple enough. But I want to ask you a question before the meeting. When things went sideways, Aubrey, who did you look at? The plan, the timing, or did you look inward? Because in the chaos, loyalty becomes crystal clear. Failures like this just don't happen on accident, Aubrey. Someone clearly didn't perform. Someone held back. I ask you, who do you think that is? Who is the weak link?
Who do I think held back the mission? That's what you're asking me? Respectfully, sir. We pulled up to a military convoy with 4 armored cars, with a silenced AK-12 and a grenade. You know, I think we tried our best with what was given.
Respectfully, Aubrey, you put 30, 40 cops down like it's nothing. Respectfully, Aubrey, there were 16 cops involved. Respectfully, Aubrey, that bomb blew up 2 armored cars in a blink of an eye. Respectfully, Aubrey, you guys made the choice to choose those guns. You guys made the choice to choose those amount of grenades. Respectfully, Aubrey. So let me ask you again. Who do you think is to blame here? Because I don't think you understand, Aubrey. Yes, this task was very hard. That is why you were picked. Because we thought everybody in that room can get things done. But clearly, something failed. Maybe it was the plan. Maybe it was the bomb. Or maybe it was you. So respectfully, don't blame the product or what you were given when that is what you wanted.
Well, I mean, it's really what I want. Well, I came in a little bit late for the plan. You see what I'm saying? I think the police were so well prepared, but the plan just wasn't good enough. I think it just comes down to that.
I will tell you something. I had a conversation with someone earlier, before you. And they said there might have been a leak because cops were already set up at the tunnel. Here's the thing that doesn't make sense. None of you knew the root until you did of Darkstone. I mean, there is no way someone could have tipped off the cops unless they did it so quickly. But the way I was told is that the cops were already set up.
That is
That can
true.
only mean one thing, Aubrey. Whoever said to hit the bomb in that tunnel clearly doesn't understand the whole lesson that we have been given. Strike when people least expect. Strike when people get too comfortable. Don't strike in the most obvious spot on the route. We're not blaming you, Aubrey. We know you were late. I asked you, are you ready to get put in the deep end? But I'm asking you, who do you think is to blame? But what I really want to know is who said, if you know, to use that tunnel.
Well, let me tell you something, right? I've been in the deep end for the last 2 days. I've been in a 24-hour hold. I'm looking at weapon trafficking. I'm looking at gun manufacturing. I'm looking at years and years in prison. I was ready for the deep end yesterday. And after the plan didn't go as planned, we were talking about putting us on another 24-hour hold. So I've been in nothing but the deep end the last few days, sir. I'm always ready for the deep end. No matter how fucked shit gets.
That is why you are valued, Albert. You're a warrior. Just like Charlie. That is why everybody in that room was picked. Because you guys, well, in the past, get things done. But clearly, yesterday, something failed.
Well,
The
like
person
you
I
said,
spoke to before, as
Now
well,
get on your knees.
mentioned the bomb. They think the person who planted the bomb tampered with it because apparently, when the call was made, it blew up instantly.
well, that is true. Charlie informed us that the bomb would take around 15 seconds to explode. Now, me and Brandon, we pre-planned the explosion to happen right in the middle of the tunnel. So, the other side of the tunnel can get a good point on them. But when the phone call was made, that thing exploded in like 3 or 4 seconds. So nowhere near where it was planned. That is true.
Is something that doesn't make any sense. When that person said that last night, I had Charlie do a demonstration of the same exact bomb. That bomb took 10 seconds exactly to blow up. Meaning two things. Either Fred and Freddy tampered with the bomb on Wednesday, or the person that made that call didn't communicate quick enough, which then led to the whole plan failing. Let me ask you, who made that call, Aubrey?
Well, it was Brandon. But I did see him make the call. I think he made the call on time.
So you were with him,
That's right.
and as soon as he made the call, he radioed it in.
That's
Is that
right.
what you're saying?
Yeah. I'm not snitching. I'm backing him up.
So you think the bomb was tampered with?
Well, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. I mean, like, like it was supposed to be 15 seconds. It went off before 15 seconds. Maybe it was a faulty bomb. Maybe it was tampered with. It is hard to know. For certain.
Well, as you know, we don't tolerate failure. Someone clearly didn't play their role, Albert. Either there's a leak, either someone tampered with the bomb, or the entire plan that was made wasn't good enough.
I will say this, okay? I think if the bomb went off when it was supposed to go off, I think we would have been in the same boat as we are right now. It just comes down to the fact that the police were so prepared for that location. It came from both sides. The plan was to sandwich them, and we got sandwiched.
You have any idea who came up with the plan to execute the bomb in that tunnel? The most obvious location on that route.
Like I said, I wasn't there for the pre-planning. I got there when the plan was already made. TJ to my... That's what I'm saying, bro. I want to snitch on that motherfucker. Motherfucker standing there, submarine scratching his ass, boy.
If you were given one last meal, what would it be?
One last meal. I think I'll pick a nice medium rare steak. You know those baby potatoes? Now that's a nice meal.
In 4 hours from now,
Uh-oh, hold on now.
everybody will be at this echelon. And there'll be a group meeting. You do not discuss this one-on-one. Is that clear, Aubrey?
That's clear.
I'll make sure the steak is medium rare for you on the table.
Wait, hold on, hold on.
Before you go, just so we're clear.
Hold on a minute.
You're blaming the plan, correct?
Well, yeah. I think the police were ready for that plan.
There's one lesson we've given to all our assets, and that is we strike when people don't expect. We let people get comfortable. Take weeks, take months, because we don't fight over ego and reputation. Clearly, no one has learned that lesson. Whoever came up with that plan clearly didn't understand that you do not strike when people expect. That tunnel is the most obvious location for something to go down. It is narrow. It is closed off. I guess we'll find out in 4 hours you made that call, Albert. I want to ask you one last question. Is there anybody in that crew that you were part of you would hesitate to put a bullet through?
Hell no.
Don't be late, Aubrey. His steak would get cold.
Oh, wait a second. Actually, hold on.
I'll see you in 4 hours.
Nah, see you around, big dog. I have to get that BP back real quick before we do any of that shooting stuff. If I was snitching, I would have said, "Fuck DJ Cooper, he was singing a submarine the whole time."